Hello, my name is Matt. Welcome to Unbearable 73. Every once in a while, I think maybe I should make an ongoing series called Today in Stupid. And then, you know, it's when I read articles like the one on the screen here, which I'll show you the headline of, which is one iconic Naruto character is LGBTQ officially confirms Boruto. Boruto used a new hero to confirm that one classic Naruto villain is actually non-binary, but is the result positive or poisonous? So let's see what character they're claiming is non-binary. Look, it's Orochimaru. Now you might be saying, who's Orochimaru? Well, Orochimaru is arguably the first big villain in Naruto, depending on whether you consider Kurama a villain at the time of the original of the Nine Tails attack on Naruto's birthday. This is a guy during which time he was a Hokage candidate, did decades of tolerated horrific experiments, including taking 60 infants and injecting them with chakra and cellular material from the first Hokage in order to reproduce the Mokuton bloodline. Only one of those kids lived. And then that kid was enslaved in an illegal underground organization that makes people mindless soldier slaves, child soldier slaves, until he was freed. And yet, after that, he did things so vile that even Hiruzen Sarutobi, the third Hokage, who considered Orochimaru a son, had basically drove him out of the village and couldn't bring himself to kill him. He loved him so much. So all he did was drive him out of the village. That's how horrible the things Orochimaru did. Let's take a look at what Hiruzen walked in on. This is Orochimaru's lab. Those are the bodies of innocent Konoha, village Konoha citizens hanging on the walls. Some of them are still alive at the time this picture was, this manga scene was drawn. And that's the third Hokage saying there on the left with that long black tassels behind his head. Okay? So, or, back when he was more youthful, when he was maybe 20 or so, and he only suggests killing Nagato, Yahiko, and Conan because they were war orphans. And he thought, well, it's better for them if we just kill them because they'll be tough surviving. Or Orochimaru, the guy who started a shinobi village full of murderous psychopaths after he was exiled from the village in the leaves, whom he then experimented on and had them regularly fight to the death for the right to continue to live and be experimented upon. But you know why he really did all that? Because he has his clearly LGBTQ plus immortality jutsu, where he, purges or absorbs the soul of a person and takes over their body on average once every 3 years. Freaking stupidity. When we first meet Orochimaru, he's wearing the body of a Kusa shinobi whom he had taken over. And he basically transforms it back to look like his old male body, even though it was a female body. Right? So maybe he is gender fluid. He then implants his curse mark on a 13-year-old boy. This curse mark kills 9 out of 10 people to whom he gives it to upon application. Okay? It implants a piece of Orochimaru's soul and chakra into the host's body like a parasite that steadily makes the body compatible with Orochimaru's LGBTQ plus immortality jutsu. Then he threatens to destroy the village that the 13-year-old is with. The village he does that to the kid in. If that 13-year-old, after being given this seal, this curse mark, is withdrawn from the life and death ninja trial that the 13-year-old is undergoing, he'll try to literally kill every man and woman child in that village. Okay? Then he murders his ally, the Kazekage, who had already agreed to a secret invasion to wipe the village hidden in the leaves, Konoha, off the map, and then he pretends to be the Kazekage to make the plan even worse. Okay? All because he decides he wants to unleash a living weapon called the Jinchuriki. In this case, this one's pretty murderous on the civilian population of the village. But hey, we can overlook him resurrecting the first and second Hokages of Konoha from the dead as enslaved revenants in his plans and to murder the current Hokage, the one we saw in the picture, and help wipe out the village. Maybe he did it for Pride Month. But hey, he did try to help his former teammate Tsunade out by offering to bring her dead fiancé and baby brother back as enslaved revenants if you only restore his arms so he can go back and take another shot at destroying the village hidden in the leaves. Even with all the evil crap he does, he eventually gets exposed to a jutsu called Izanagi, which you can only escape by realizing that you are an evil crap bag. Okay? Doesn't mean you have to reform, just means you have to realize you're an evil crap bag. And then, years later in Boruto, the sequel to Naruto, he's still experimenting on clone people. The only reason he's not body hopping with his LGBTQ plus friendly reincarnation jutsu anymore is because he has obtained an immortal plant body, spawned from the 10-tailed beast, the Jubi, Hashirama Senju's cells, the genetic material Tenzo, otherwise known as Yamato, who's captured and then implanted in a giant evil tree monster. That's the baby who survived the 160 before. And also made from his former progeny evil Kabuto, who learned to experiment on people and implant DNA in himself, just like his master Orochimaru, and then absorbed Orochimaru's chunks of his body in himself. Okay. The child in question, Mitsuki, is something like the fifth or sixth version of his sons, the only one who survived and remained sane. Right? But yeah, this all makes Orochimaru the perfect representative for a non-binary person, right? I mean, on one hand, when someone writes something so profoundly stupid as this article, I have to think, is this just another woke attempt to wedge themselves in the door? But then again, it's so bad, I can only hope that Evan Mulligan, who wrote that article, is actually attempting to troll people. I don't think so, though, by the way he phrases it. Normally, I recommend reading the article in full to make a fair assessment of the rise of contentions, but this is like reading something that can cause your brain to spasm so hard the damage drops your IQ. Maybe that's the point, to make us all stupid enough to agree with nonsense like this. I mean, man, my name is Matt. This has been on Rebel 73. Like if you dislike if you dislike. I hope you like it and still dislike the article that he did. Okay, that's what I hope. Okay, this is insane. Well, what's next? Palpatine never had a girlfriend. He only maybe the LGBT people could be told to they can represent by him. Because he did something great. He only mass murdered trillions of people, right? I mean, what is next on this insanity of representation? Okay. In any case, comment down below if you have any questions or me about this video. Share this video if you enjoyed it. I'm freaking flustered and angry. Have a nice day. I'm out of here.